Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Wednesday night. Wednesday night here in Butler, Pennsylvania. And I guess really, it's not Wednesday everywhere in the world, but it is here. And I guess that's all that really matters. Hope everyone's having a nice day today. We got lots of fun things to discuss. How's my day been? So, earlier in the morning, Holly and I went to Pittsburgh to do, I guess it's technically called like an exposure therapy thing. But all it really was going into what it's going to be like when we go in for Holly's C-section. So you go in, they talk to you for a bit, then they bring you not into a real operating room, but there's like a teaching facility right next to the hospital. So it's like a mock OR. They take you in, they tell you about all what's going to happen, what the process is going to be, just to make sure you're all ready. So yeah, we did that. It went very well. Came back home, played some games. Took a tiny nap because I was up a little bit earlier than normal. Just a tiny, 25, 30 minutes. So that's the sweet spot for a nap. I can't quite do the 20-minute, power nap because it takes me slightly too long to fall asleep for a 20-minute nap to be sufficient. So the 30 minutes, that gives me 5 to 10 minutes to fall asleep, and then you get that 20 minutes. And that's all, you push it past that. For me, I'm in the danger zone. If you have too long of a nap, it's going to throw off your whole day. Sometimes you need it if you don't get enough sleep the night before, and then I get it. But for a normal day, I'm not napping every day, though. And if you need to nap every day, that's fine. But for me, I don't know. As I've gotten older, I'm using it. I'm utilizing the nap much less. And I'm actually happy about that. A nap feels great, but it also kind of feels like a waste of time at the same time. If that makes sense. I could be playing a game. I could be working on something. I could be doing whatever. But let's check in with you guys. How's everyone doing today? We got David says hi from Portugal. We got watchers around the world. Welcome. Hello, fellow Furman fam. The Furman fam is here. Actually, ironically, my parents are downstairs right now. They're dropping off their dog. Their dog's going to stay with us for a little bit. So the Furman fam is on the stream in the audience around the world, but they're also here at the house. I miss Dustin. I was out downtown shopping today. I wasn't downtown per se. I was near Bloomfield area. I hope when I'm older I can nap outdoors regularly. The thought of a nap outdoors is unappealing to me unless we're under very specific circumstances. There's got to be shade that's locked in. I don't want to get sunburned. And no bugs, which is nearly impossible when you're outside. I have I had an event happen to me. This sounds much more traumatic than it actually is. Where I slept outside at a music festival, and I woke up and I had 3 bug bites on my neck and 3 across my face. And I was like, I'm going to avoid sleeping out under the stars. Oh, and I was soaking wet with dew. I was dewy Furman that day. And it was cold. It was miserable. So sleeping outside, I don't know about that. Like I said, ideal circumstances, maybe. I hate napping for the time lost doing anything worthwhile. Yeah, exactly. Brother, what's good, Dusty? Not too much. Beach nap is clutch. I also don't really like the beach that much, but that's just me. It was piss, Dustin? The water was piss. The stuff that was on me. I mean, it's not impossible. There were other people sleeping outside with me, and they could have, in a, sleepy haze, potentially urinated on me. I think I would know. But, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. How many people got here? 66 people here already and counting. Excellent. Excellent. There are two main topics we'll get into in a few minutes. First of all, we will be talking about this bad boy here. And we will also be talking about Mina the Hollower, which the previews are out today, I saw. And I have a few thoughts that I can share with you guys about it. I'm still very early in the game. And I'm also limited by it being a preview, but we can talk about it a little bit. We have some super chats rolling in. First of all, from Real Radic. Radic, what's up, dude? How hyped are you for the Switch 2 price increase? It's funny, I was thinking about the Switch 2 price increase today, and I was like, I feel like it was so expected that no one really cared. Like, the blow, like Sony and Microsoft took the blows of raising their console price multiple times, that by the time it happened to the Switch, people were like, yeah, I get it. But I'm fine with it, because I don't want to say I'm fine with it. It sucks. I personally bought my Switch and I bought Holly's Switch because I knew a price increase was coming. So I'm set. I'm set on Switch 2s. I've got 2 in the house. I don't need any more. And, maybe if young baby Furman at some point wants a Switch 2. First of all, he won't need a Switch 2. We got Holly's old Switch Lite, and it's going to be years before he's playing anything. But yeah, Switch 2 price increase, it's out there. I don't know, has it already happened yet? Or is it going to happen? I don't know. Thank you, Radic, for that. And D. Kratzberg, Dewey Furman early name reveal. Maybe. No, it's not an early name review. His name is not Dewey Furman. But I could keep it in mind. Maybe for another future baby, we could go with Dewey. I don't know if I like the name Dewey. Is Dewey as a name short for something? Deucifer? Duifer? Duafin? Who knows? Real Radic is a nice addition to Spawncast. I've seen that he's on there. I don't really listen to any gaming podcasts really very often, but I saw he's on there. I'm very proud of him. Very proud of Real Radic. Not that I did anything, of course. I'm just happy to see him out there doing his thing. Very, very proud of Radic. Name your son Baby like my last cat was named Kitty. Yeah, but do you change his name? Does it change in stages, like from like 1 to 5 or like 1 to 4 he's Baby? And then from like 5 to 13 he's Kid. From 13 to 18 he's Boy. And then from 18 plus he's Man. Man for Man. You might be onto something with that. The price increase happens in September. Okay. I knew it wasn't quite yet. So you got time. You got a little time to get your Switch 2 if you want it. I upgraded my daughter's Switch because I was expecting it. So yeah, everyone knew it was coming. Everybody knew the Switch 2 price increase was happening at some point. Just a matter of when. I got my Switch 2 on sale at Sam's Club, of all places. I got Holly's Switch 2 on sale. I bought mine on launch day, but I got Holly's for, I think it was the Mario Kart World bundle. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was like $50 off. I think. Which is weird. I don't know. They were like clearing out the Mario Kart World bundles. Even though I already have Mario Kart World. Whatever. It was still cheaper than the base Switch bundle. And I thought I was going to be able to sell the Mario Kart World code, but I got one of the ones that was already like imprinted on the Switch. And I was like, fuck. I can't do that. Good evening, Dustin. You see the Marathon end of season dev update today. Any thoughts? Also ran into Outpost the other day as a rook. Did not survive. I'm sorry, man. I can't trust rooks. Rooks need to be... When I'm not a rook, we are shooting rooks on sight. We are hunting rooks down. They can't be trusted. So I'm sorry to hear that. End of season stuff, I think it's all sounds very good. I think the key changes are good. I think making cryo more available during these final weeks is good. I'm very curious about season 2. Very curious. I think I will continue to play. I probably won't go as hard in season 2, but I will still be playing in season 2. Just I can't go crazy like I did this first time. How many hours do I have in Marathon now? Where is it? On my Steam here. Where the fuck is it? Did they ban me? Oh no, here it is. 191 hours. I gotta slow down. I have other games to play. Dustin confirmed wants rooks genocided. When I'm a runner, yes. Dustin talks about rooks like Colin talks about commies. Yeah. I'll be honest. When I'm playing with Pork, especially, we are purposely lying to the rooks. Rooks will be like, "Hey, I'm friendly," and we're like, "Oh, hey, come join us," and then we kill him. Now, when I'm a rook and I see other rooks, I try to be friendly. There's a lot of rook-on-rook violence. I think people are starting to learn that if you're a rook, it's not worth killing other rooks 90% of the time. But, it is what it is. What did I think of the compiler out of bounds? Really, really stupid and annoying. I hope that guy at least gets... I guess they're not doing like weak bans or anything like that. If he's not getting banned, there needs to be a precedent that's like, do not do anything like this ever again, or else. What if you knew the rook? If a rook was like, Dustin, I'm a Last Stand listener, or I watch your YouTube channel, I might let him live. That's true. Sounds like you take too much pleasure in killing rooks. Oh yeah, I take a lot of pleasure in killing rooks. I want to skin them alive, with a knife. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do with them. What do we want to talk about? I was thinking we would talk about Steam Controller first, and then we can talk about some random stuff. And then we can talk a little bit about Mina, but I know some of you might not want to hear about Mina. But I promise you, I can talk about it without any spoilers, especially because I have beaten 2 bosses in the game. Oh, here he is. Talk about marathon numbers, coward. Locke's a broken record. Just says the same things over and over again. No creativity. Just keeps blabbing. Let's talk about the Steam controller. Unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about before we do. I guess it's too late. I'm starting. I have a Steam controller. I got it. How many days ago? I guess this came... No, it was Tuesday. I got the Steam controller in the mail. I gotta say, guys, I love it. I absolutely love it. I like it. I had a feeling I would like it just based on the feature set, but the thing that I was worried about with the Steam controller was, for my hands specifically, I don't find the Steam Deck to be very comfortable. I don't find it horrible or unusable. I still use my Steam Deck regularly, but I don't feel like it's amazing. Oh, and here's Colin peeping in, complaining about the look. Well, you know what? Maybe Sony needs to hire an industrial designer too to design the PS6 based on what, at least what you think of the PS5. No, this thing though, regardless of what you think of how it looks, I think is so comfortable in the hands. I think it's way more comfortable. I mean, I've always been hard on the DualSense for how it feels in my hands. It's a little big in my mind. This one's perfect. I really especially do think that the back buttons are perfect on this thing. I am been a long time back button user. Well, not a long time. Colin in here to judge you playing Mina early? Maybe. Colin's going to have to sit and wait until we talk about Mina. No, I don't think he's doing a drive-by. That's usually what Colin does. He comes in, he's got a joke or two in there, a little bit, and then he disappears into the sunset. But who knows? You never know when Colin will, do a little something there. What was I saying? Back buttons. This little thing here, this is the back button attachment for the DualShock 4. This is the thing that made me a believer in back buttons. And it's kind of interesting that they made this thing work. It's got like the screen on it. It's not built into the PS4 OS or anything like that. And that's why I got the DualSense Edge. I don't have one of my DualSense Edges around here. But the DualSense Edge, the issue I have with it is I feel like the back buttons are a little too easy to click sometimes. Like, I feel like I can't rest my hands without maybe accidentally hitting the back button on the DualSense Edge. So, this is my very long wind of saying, I feel like these are perfect. They're like, you can hear they're just clicky. They're very clicky. I can feel like I can really grip the controller without like pressing the buttons. Now, something that I was worried about when I first saw this controller is that he looks especially wide, don't you think? Like is he actually wide or does he just look wide? I guess he just looks wide. Here, wait, let me flip this on the front. Is he wider? Is he wider on the top? I guess not. What about the sticks? The sticks almost line up perfectly. I don't know. Something about when I saw this, I was like, am I going to be doing a long reach around for the thumbstick? No, it feels excellent. And so, yeah, I guess the main point I'm trying to make right now is just I think it feels way better than I expected, both in using the sticks, the buttons, the touchpads. And I was a little worried about it because whose video? Oh, it was the Linus Tech Tips video. And I like Linus Tech Tips. I know they've had lots of issues and stuff and controversies, whatever, but I think they make good videos overall. They were pretty critical of like the build design and the feeling of the Steam controller. And then when I picked it up, I was like, what are they talking about? I have no idea what Linus is talking about. The buttons, I guess, most closely feel like PlayStation buttons. So maybe just because I'm used to that. The touchpads, great. Something I did today, guys, to test the touchpads, really. So I was like, I want to try playing a random Steam game that only works with mouse and keyboard. Now, I could have done something elaborate like some RTS, but I wanted to go easy mode first. And I played the game Scritchy Scratchy. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's a Steam game where you use scratch-off tickets and build your money up. And it's kind of like roguelike Balatro-esque. And there's no controller support. So I was using the touchpad. So I was like, man, this is sick. This is sick. So, the other thing that I really like about it is anyone who has used the DualSense as your PC controller knows that if you use it with Bluetooth, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. The Bluetooth connection's spotty. I don't think it's my Bluetooth receiver. I guess I haven't tried my Bluetooth receiver with other controllers. Either way, some may right. And also, when you use a DualSense controller over Bluetooth, the haptic functions don't work right. So you need to keep it plugged in, and that's really annoying. And it's laggy, yes. Devin is right. It is laggy. I would like put it in my lap. Like I'd be sitting on my couch with my controller in my lap and it would lose connection. And I'd have to like hold it up. So using this thing on the PC was just really annoying. That was actually the primary driver of why I got the Steam Deck. So, as you guys know, you probably already know this, is this is what it comes with. This is how you hook it up to your PC. It's just a little puck, USB A, USB-C end, and this is how you charge it, and it just goes boop and locks on magnetically. But this little puck is also its own wireless. And it's not I think this uses Bluetooth if you want, but you can use this for its own gigahertz bullshit, whatever you want to call it. The puck does that. And it's been absolutely flawless. Absolutely flawless. No disconnections, nothing like that. So yeah. That's been a huge boost for me. Now, I've seen someone had a question. How the fuck were you able to get one? Repeatedly pressing the continue button on the checkout screen for about 5 minutes during sacred streaming. That's how I did it. Can you use big picture mode? I like it a lot when it's hooked up to my TV. Yeah, that's exclusively. I have my downstairs PC set up that when it boots, it automatically logs in and it automatically boots big picture mode. And then, as long as the receiver is already plugged in, which why wouldn't it be? You just press the Steam button and it logs in. Or it connects. Is the D-pad fine for fighting games and platformers? I think it's totally fine. I haven't been able to test that as much. The primary game that I've been playing on this has been Mina the Hollower. And I've had no problems with the D-pad. D-pad's been great. I don't want to say it's like the best D-pad I've ever used, but I'm not... The way I feel about D-pads is that as long as it's not bad, I'm good. Like, I don't think about like, oh, this is a really good D-pad, but I guess when I feel a bad D-pad, I know it. Like Xbox 360 D-pad, bad. D-pad, bad. D-bad, one might say. On games like Civ, does the left pads simulate the mouse cursor while the right thumb can click using the face buttons? So that's the thing about the Steam controller is that you can really set it up however you want. You can do whatever your little heart desires to the point where it's a little overwhelming. I was trying to figure out how to set up gyro aiming on Marathon, and it was not... I didn't try that hard, if I'm being honest, but it wasn't like, turn on gyro aiming or something. It was not that easy. So I haven't figured that out quite. But so yeah, if you want to have this be a mouse, you can do that. If you want it to be like a trackpad, you can do that. If you want it to be a virtual, like, mouse ball feeling with like inertia, you can do that. You can set it up so it's on the right. You can set the mouse to the stick. You can do whatever. Fully customizable. You have to hold the trackpads to get the gyro working, or that's how I did. I was trying to set it so that when I aim down sight, the gyro would turn on. And I got it that it would do it, but I had it mapped for the gyro being mapped to a stick. And I know that's not the way you're supposed to do it, but when I did it to the mouse, it didn't work at all. So there's something fucky about that. It's probably because Marathon doesn't want you switching between mouse and controller mode or something, because they don't want to fuck with they don't want to give you aim assist on mouse and keyboard, which I think is good. So, but trying to think, is there any other questions you guys have? I'm very impressed with it. Now, someone asked about the haptics. The rumble all feels very standard to me. Obviously, it's not going to have like crazy adaptive triggers or anything like that. The trackpads have the same haptic feedback that the what is it called? The Steam Deck has. So there's like a little, you can feel it when you're using the trackpads. Battery life, I have no idea. I haven't had it long enough to say what the battery life is, good or bad. There's other reviews of people that have had this for a few weeks though, that are much better off. I've heard it's very good battery life. Does it make a funny sound when you drop it, or was that fake news? I guess I could plug it in and we could try that. You need to have it on and in big picture mode. So I haven't actually plugged my Steam controller into this computer yet. Hold up. Okay. Okay, it is on. I'm going to boot up big picture mode on Steam. It says may make a sound. It's definitely going to make a sound, actually. Okay, so we'll do the drop sound. I'll try to drop it on my chair so I don't break it. It's giving me a thing. Okay. All right. Hold up. Let me... Wait. I don't want to drop and have it bounce and get off my chair. I guess I got to drop it. Hold on. Let me get a pillow. The pillow will be less bouncy. Oh, wait. I have someone's thing up. Okay. It definitely does it. I'm just showing for the people that are curious. It's not working. Fake news. Why is it that sometimes it doesn't work? Does anyone know why it doesn't always work? All right, I'm going to turn it off and then turn it back on again and see if that does it. Maybe I need to leave big picture mode and go back. It definitely does it, but I don't know why it doesn't consistently do it. All right, I'm turning the controller on and off again. Riveting content here? Of course. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? I'm not doing it again. I hope it came through. I don't know if it came through the mic. I would assume it did. We did it. We did it. We heard it. Okay, good. It is true. I did it twice yesterday. So I knew it did it. I just don't know why it doesn't consistently do it. Man, my chat's like slightly delayed today. You have to drop it 5 times. Imagine if someone thought they had schizophrenia the first time that happened. Dude, it would scare the shit out of me the first time it happened. Absolutely. If I didn't know. For sure. So yeah, it's the Steam controller. I'm booting big picture. I was trying to turn it off. Turn off. Oh wait, hold on. Hold the button. Turn off controller. There we go. We're turned off. And we're exiting big picture. There we go. So yeah, is there any other aspects of this? I'm so early into it right now that this is literally just first impressions. Like I haven't I don't think I haven't played a game that I've needed to map the back buttons yet. I should like load up like Dark Souls or I don't know, Sekiro or something, because those are the main games that I use the back buttons for. Can you use it in your desktop Yes. Yes, you can use it on, I would assume, any device that uses Steam. So I'm using it on a Windows PC. Oh, on desktop mode. Yes, you can. I'm not sure exactly. I know that like if you hold the Steam button down, you can use the mouse on it. But well, hold on. Let me just turn it back on. Let's see if I can control the. Yeah. Okay. So you guys can't see it, but I am controlling my mouse with the Steam controller. So the answer is yes. Like when I don't have big picture on, it's definitely working like a mouse. And I can click, I believe. Yep, you just click in with the trackpad. Have I tried doing 360 no scopes on the trackpads? No. Listen, dude, I can't. I'm trying to play Marathon with a controller a little bit, just casually, and I'm so bad at first-person shooters. Highlight a comment using the Steam controller input. I did it. Left track. Oh yeah, so I can use the left trackpad. So I can control my whole stream with the controller. I hope they restock soon. I do know that they are doing like a pre-order system. So yeah, I can control the whole stream from a controller. Wow. Wow. Wow, grape. DS4 Windows app will make the Steam controller compatible with all other PC game stores such as Epic and GOG. Yeah, or you just can add those games to your Steam library. And that's another way to do it as well. But it doesn't work with Game Pass. I guess, yeah, if you use DS4 Windows, you can use it with Game Pass. But come on, man. Is this audience Game Pass users? Are you guys really subbing to Xbox Game Pass? Okay. All right. Got my reservation the minute they open. No email yet. Damn. Come on, man. Guys, this weekend, well, I was going to talk about Marathon. I know people glaze over when I talk about Marathon, so I will avoid talking about Marathon. All I'll say is our failures last Friday, we're not going to stream it, but we will be trying the compiler again this weekend. Very excited. Is there a feature that Steam controller has that you'd like to see on the PlayStation 6 controller? I'd like to see these tactile back buttons on the PlayStation 6 controller. I think that would be awesome. I don't know if PlayStation needs trackpads. I like the customizability. So if you want that level of customization on the PlayStation, you need to have a DualSense Edge, and that's a little lame. But how's the feel on the controller in terms of texture? I have sweaty hands and I'm worried it won't feel good as long as after long gaming sessions. Also reserved mine the moment it went up as well. I think it's fine. I actually think I prefer, it's kind of like, so this isn't glossy, but it's definitely a smooth texture. This one has a little bit of, I don't know, roughness to it. I wouldn't call it rough, but you know what I mean. And I think it's great. I have no complaints about the texture. Does Steam controller have Hall effect sticks? DualSense needs those. Yes and no, but no, but yes. It does not have Hall effect. It has some kind of is it TMR joysticks? Does anyone in the chat know? So it's better than Hall effects, to my understanding. I'm not a joystick master or thumbstick master, so it will not get stick drift. It is much better than the shit that's in the DualSense controllers. I have a DualSense that is now starting to get stick drift. It's very annoying to me. Very annoying. So yeah. Any other final thoughts? I will be using this primarily downstairs. My downstairs PC. If that's it though about Steam Controller, we can talk a little bit about Mina the Hollower. And again, guys, I promise you. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. My chat is so delayed today. Hold on, before we talk about Mina. I experienced bad stick drift with Animal Crossing back during the pandemic. Yeah, the Switch had it bad. Colin loves to gloss over the thumbstick issues on the DualSense, then admits he buys a new controller every year. Yeah, I think that I understand that. Like, I understood it was a problem, and then it becomes a more real problem when it happens to you, and it's kind of luck of the draw. And it is, if you're using a bunch of different controllers, it's a lot less likely that they're going to wear out, for sure. Are the face buttons clicky or more like PS5 controller where it's on the softer side? I would say it's more like PS5. It doesn't sound like a hollow piece of shit like the Xbox controller. That was a little aggressive for the Xbox fans. Sorry, Xbox fans. Sorry. I hate the Xbox. I like the Xbox One Elite controller, or the Xbox Elite controller, whatever it's called. But the standard Xbox controller, Xbox Series controller, whatever, I hate that controller. It sounds like a hollow, and it feels hollow, and it's so clicky in not a way that I like. It's a hollow click, and not like a mechanical click. Colin's defense, I had a Switch 1 since day one and didn't get stick drift and used it a lot, so he may just be lucky. It is a little bit of luck of draw. I have never gotten stick drift on a Switch controller. On any of my Switch controllers, never got stick drift. But I did get stick drift on a new DualSense. My anniversary DualSense has stick drift. So it is what it is. It do be like that sometimes. Completely agree on that series controller. It sucks. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Xbox controller destroys PlayStation gimmicks. Don't change that. I mean, to each their own. To each their own. Xbox controller is a lot more comfortable for me on PC, but it's loud as fuck. Yeah, it's nothing about the comfortability of it. It has everything to do with me, with the way, the mechanical aspect of it. Xbox needs gyro aiming. I know that there's a lot of gyro aiming is on the rise, I feel like. Not crazy, but I think more people are becoming interested in the gyro aiming. Nintendo GameCube Wavebird was amazing. The Wavebird is cool. I was a little disappointed when I bought one, and then I remembered, I'm like, oh yeah, this doesn't have rumble. Like, that kind of sucks. It is slightly compromised in that way. But, they were doing what they could at the time. Gyro? I don't think that applies to this word. Some fighting game pros actually use the Xbox controller in competition over the PlayStation 5. Again, to each their own. To each their own. I'm just telling you that I think that it sucks. And I personally don't like it. But if you like it, more power to you. Been rocking the 360 controller for a while. 360 controller I really did like for years. The D-pad on it's shit. But the 360 controller is pretty good. Will you be playing First Light on PC or PS5? Probably PS5. Probably. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. It seems like it's going to run well, but who knows? Jason, what's up, dude? Jason, this is a mixing of the worlds right here, Jason. Jason is my real life friend, guys. I know it's hard to believe, but I have friends in real life. Jason, we got to be drinking beers soon. Dude, Jason, this Friday is Foodie Friday. We got to go down to Foodie Friday. Text me. Let me know. Okay. Say I don't like it and then cross your arms, go, I don't like it. Dustin, how do you have a 4090 PC and not play everything on PC? Because in my opinion, my preferences, if I'm playing a cinematic story-based game, I don't want to sit here. And I have an amazing monitor. I have an amazing 4K OLED monitor. But I'm not comfortable I'm comfortable in a different way on my couch. And that's why I want to play those games on my couch. So, I'm very blessed that I bought a 4090, or was able to buy a 4090 before. I mean, I bought it in a build, and now the build is worth, or at least for a while, was more than what I paid for it. I'm trying to think when that was. I think it was right around when, shortly after I think Wukong came out. It was just before the summer where everything happened. And I was on break for a while. Embark announced they will be only doing 2 big updates a year for Arc Raiders going forward. Next one, October. I think if this will move people off Arc on something else, Marathon. I think, I don't know. Arc players are so different from Marathon players. And I'm not as far as like Chris to say that Arc isn't a real extraction shooter, but it definitely focuses on a social aspect much more than Marathon does. I think it's safe to say, I'm not confident in this take, but Arc is a much more casual extraction shooter. Okay, let's get into this. Those Mina the Hollower previews sound great. I will tell you guys a little bit about my experience with Mina the Hollower. For full disclosure, I did receive Mina the Hollower from Yacht Club Games, but they obviously, as always, don't have any influence. This is not a review. This is just me talking about my experience with what I've played so far, which unfortunately has not been as much as I would like. Let me see how many hours I have in Mina so far. It's probably about 4 hours in Mina. So this isn't any kind of review or anything like that. But again, just general impressions. My general impression so far, the Yacht Club Games sounds like a paid off impressions already. Come on, Nilbog Mark, come on, man. No, I know you're pulling my chain. Dustin is a Shovel Knight shill. I might be. Well, do you have to get paid to be a shill, or can you just be I love Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's amazing, of course. That's actually what I was about to say, is that that Yacht Club level quality immediately apparent. Like, there's a reason why. There's some degree an element that Shovel Knight was a little more novel at the time, but we had other smaller independent games as well. But it's important to remember, like, Shovel Knight came out on like 3DS. It was quite a while ago. But it was a little more novel at the time that people had, that there weren't like a million 8-bit indie games out there. There were still a lot, but not as many. Not to this degree. And it's immediately apparent, like when you're seeing the opening cutscene and immediately getting a feel for the gameplay and seeing the sprites. It's awesome. The I saw this, I saw the IGN preview, and I'm like, man, that's exactly how I feel about it too. But the main thing I would say about Mina is it is at, like, you guys have seen it, looks like it has that top-down feel of A Link to the Past. But get ready to roll your eyes. Get your tomatoes out for the chat. It's Link's Awakening meets Dark Souls. I'm ready. Shower me with the tomatoes. Games journalist doesn't know how to talk about games. All he knows is how to say is that it's like Dark Souls. It's Souls-like. It's not Souls-like. Here's why. Let me explain. It's sort of Soulsy in the fact that, okay, I guess, like, if we have, like, the tenets of a Dark Souls game, like, what would you say? It's like, okay, it's punishingly difficult. It involves a lot of exploration. It involves fighting a boss and doing multiple, like, learning the boss, like, their attacks and stuff like that. It has a system for getting your health back that is somewhat similar to Bloodborne. I believe it was the rally mechanic in Bloodborne, where if you get attacked, you can get some of your health back by attacking quickly. In this game, if you get attacked, you lose your health. And you then need to attack an enemy, and you'll get, like, a yellow part of your health bar. And then that yellow health, if you use a potion, then you will gain that back. So your potions are very interesting in this game because you need to be able to heal, but you need to attack in order to be able to heal. So it forces you to be aggressive. Souls-like and roguelike, I shudder. Oh, don't worry, it's not roguelike in any way. Literally, Shovel Knight had the losing souls system also. Exactly. I was surprised. I guess I was surprised that I played the opening area and I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. And then I started to get into the other areas, and it is open-ended in terms of, like, where you go and fight. And I don't know, maybe I just picked a harder area, but I was like, damn. Mina the Hollower's got hands. Dustin, does this make me more filthy casual in your opinion? In all the Souls games, I always researched bosses ahead of time. I think you can just play it however you want. I wouldn't recommend playing that way, but I always tried to beat bosses on my own first, and then if I was, like, truly, like, I need some strats, then I look it up. I think you get a better experience that way. But, to each their own. But yeah, so like I said, there's like an opening, you do the opening area, and then I beat one of the sections. And I really like it. I think it took me a little bit to figure it out, like what level of not attention, because, like, I'm always trying to put my full attention into games, but, like, I didn't realize I was gonna be like, oh shit, this is hard. Like, this is actually pretty difficult. So I will have a video on my channel later on at some point to talk more about the game, but I just want to tell you guys a little bit of how I was feeling about it. Feeling is good. And I guess the main point is the point I made at the beginning is that, like, Yacht Club got some special sauce, which is probably also, like, the 6 years that they've spent making this game. You can feel it. You can feel that. The Shovel Knight quality is very, very much there, but in a new way. if there's any questions I can try to answer about Mina, let me know and we can talk about it. But I'm going to return to the chat for now, answer some random stuff. Do you still use your analog pocket? Waiting for mine. It's supposed to come in the next month. I haven't used it in quite a few months, but it's a great device, so you will enjoy it. Will Yacht Club sell enough copies of Mina the Hollower to avoid being shut down by Herman Hulst, despite Herman not owning Yacht Club? I have no idea. I feel like my feedback here has nothing to do with having played the game, other than it feels... I'm not surprised that it's great. It's like, great Yacht Club level quality. For sure, right? So, I mean, they've had so much marketing for this game. It's had so much build up. I personally feel like they're going to be fine. I don't know what their true financial situation is, though. Obviously early, but how does it feel as a GOTY contender? I really can't speak to that. I wouldn't feel comfortable saying anything. I think it feels really fun. And I think, Steam controller turned off. I think people are going to like it. Because I like it. But yeah, this isn't a review. As I said earlier, I could play more of the game and think it's too difficult. I could think that certain sections aren't as good or new mechanics aren't as good. I really just don't know yet. This is just telling you some early thoughts. Let's see. Have you fucked around with different weapons? Or are you just using one weapon? Do the weapons level up? So I'm using... I did a second save to try a different weapon. The other weapon I was the main weapon I'm using is kind of like a whip. Not really a whip, but like it's like a ball and chain almost. And so it has like a really long reach, but it's not as fast. There's also a knife that you can use and it's way faster, but you got to be a lot closer to enemies. So I tried a second character with the knife and I found it to be a lot more... I personally wasn't as good with it. But some people will prefer that playstyle. Look at this media trained guy. I mean, I'm just following the rules. Just following the rules. Now that you've had so much time with the game, what do you hope they change from Mina the Hollower 2? I mean... It's hard to say. It's hard to say. For Mina the Hollower 2, I'm thinking roguelike, Souls-like, deck builder, RPG, simulation, and Knuckles. Do you get the sense that areas can be done in any order, or is it more linear? I believe that it can be done in any order. It seems pretty open. I'm assuming that it kind of like branches out and then comes back together, but I'm really not sure. So yeah, that's Mina. My inherent biased take, my inherent biased preview. Since I received it from Yacht Club. I'm just joking, for disclosure. So, I guess I didn't do my plug earlier in the stream. And since holy shit, there's 153 people here. Guys, these streams are growing every week. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, thank you for coming and hanging out. Really appreciate it. If you don't mind subscribing to the channel, it's totally free. It's totally free. Go ahead and hit me with the sub. If you want to do a little above and beyond, maybe you've been here a few weeks, I do have channel memberships open, which is a way to support the channel. And I have super chats open, but none of that's required. But someone smart told me that I should mention that. Oh yeah, Awesome Tatum is showing off you get the Frisk emotes and my eternal gratitude. 153 people, that's like a whole football stadium. That's right. That's right. It's good. I'm very thankful that you guys are coming and hanging out. These streams are doing way better than when I was streaming on Twitch a few years back. They're doing pretty good. So thank you guys. I look forward to them. It's a nice little time to chill and hang out. Probably Sacred Streaming has something to do with that. But I don't know. Do I think Onimusha is going to get delayed? I don't know. I think they'll probably show it more at Summer Game Fest. If we don't have a date by Summer Game Fest, it's delayed. Will people have Mina the Hollower tattoos when this is all said and done? Probably. Would you ever make a game? I'm not talented enough to make a game. So I would love to make I don't really even have an idea for a game. That's the other problem. Like recently I was like, man, someone should make a friend swap game that's actually good. And not something that felt like they put together in 2 months. But what's the idea for the friend swap game? Who's going to make it? Not me. Not me. Can you explain the shoes in the house thing? It's an American thing, right? Wouldn't just socks feel more comfortable? Not all Americans wear shoes in the house. My family has never cared about shoes in the house. Like, we just sometimes wear shoes in the house. So, some people think it's disgusting. It probably is a little disgusting, but I'm not putting I'm not jumping on my bed with my shoes on. I'm not sitting on the floor very often. But who knows? We're going to have a baby here soon, so. Really random question, Dustin, but how big is the room? I honestly don't know what the square footage is. It's a decent sized room. I don't know. You can see, you're seeing almost all the room. Like, right behind the camera is a wall. It's not like I'm in the center of a much larger room or anything like that. Locke, have we talked about marathon numbers yet? Goodness. What was dinner tonight? I actually haven't eaten dinner. I'm going to eat dinner after this, and it's going to be leftovers, which is going to be curry and rice. So I'm very excited about it. Last time I sat on the floor, I fucked up my back. I was sitting on the floor at my grandparents' house on Mother's Day, and I was like, man, this sucks. I was like, this absolutely sucks. Sitting on the floor, don't like it. Did something inside you know when you were younger that you'd be slightly famous? I don't consider myself slightly famous at all. I consider, I explain to people that when I talk, people ask me what I do or whatever, and they're like, oh, you're a YouTuber, so you're like, are you famous or something? I'm like, no. There's a very small niche group of people that are into the stuff that I work on. And I'm very thankful for that. I would rather it be that way than be so big that, the Last Stand fan base or, viewers of this channel is small enough that we can have a nice intimate evening. Not that way. Take it easy. But you know what I'm saying. We can keep it chill. The chat is manageable. We can hang out. As far as Last Stand, we can make money in order to live and do this for a living. How could it be any better than that? How could it be any better than that? Just beat Silksong for the first time after 49 hours. What a game. How did you find it, Dustin? It came out at a bad time, and I never went back to it. So I wasn't in the mood to be punished at that moment. I saw August Burns Red a few weeks ago. A guy in their crew always wears a Zao hat, shirt, or hoodie. During the changeover, a guy in the crowd near me yelled out, wow, Zao, old school. Zao is old school. And like I said, my dad knows the guys in Zao. Dustin, you're a legend, and I greatly appreciate your insight. Keeping handsome. Thank you. I don't know if the handsome part, if I can keep that up. But I will continue to attempt to give insight. But I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. Something deeply shameful about sitting on the floor over the age of 12. I could see that. Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm just down here. Oh, wait. Jason commented on the size of my room because He's been in this room before. Where was that? I'm trying to find where Jason said how many feet. Jason's much smarter than me, especially when it comes to like, I don't know, being smart or knowing like housing stuff. I'm so famous I get paid off by Yacht Club Games. Yeah, all the publishers that I've worked with to provide reviews, big fat checks. Especially Bungie. Hear that, Locke? Bungie is sending the stacks of cash. In reality, I've only played Marathon for 45 minutes. How good is... Since you're slightly famous. I never said I was slightly famous. I'm not slightly famous. How good is your autograph? I don't know. Some people out there, some people probably in this chat that have been to live shows have gotten a poster or something that we've signed. So I'm not the one to judge. I don't think it's that great. In fact, probably kind of bad. What protein do you get at Coco Ichibanya? I found the place in San Diego in Japan because of you. Nice. I always get the pork tonkatsu or chicken tonkatsu. Is Colin one of the smartest men you've ever met? I think Colin is one of the smartest in certain ways. Certainly. I think Colin is very smart business man. He understands his audience. He understands his product. And I respect that a lot. How much do I have to pay you to bring Stelly back? I'm not the guy you need to pay at. I don't have any control about that. I know I missed some questions. I'm trying to scroll up. Okay, I'm scrolling back down. Would love to see someone like Jake Valdino or Skill Up on Last Stand one day. Do you think it could happen? I don't know. I've talked... Well, I guess Jimmy and... So, this is how it is. I know Jake Baldino. We're acquaintances. We're very friendly. I spent time with Jake at Jimmy's wedding. Him and his wife are both lovely people. And I saw Jake at Summer Game Fest. And it was great. Great to see him. Maybe at some point I could have him on this channel at some point. If you guys want. Like, would you be interested if I asked Jake to be on this stream or on a video on this channel? I bet Jake would hang out with Dustin on his channel. I honestly don't know. It's not like I don't have Jake's number or like talk to him or anything. But I could maybe arrange it. We can test the waters. Yes, would you rather have a stream or a video? Oh, okay, so this doesn't pop up on my thing, but Chris Hendricks has been a member for 6 months. I don't know why these don't come through. Sorry about that, bro. But I'm reading it off. Happy to support any bonus stream on Friday this week. No bonus stream. Oh, wait, here it is. It did come through. Any bonus stream on Friday this week? No bonus stream. The compiler is getting too personal. And I don't want... First of all, I think the time of day that we were streaming did have a large contributing factor to how sweaty it was. So... no stream. I'm going to be chilling, hopefully going to Foodie Friday, playing Marathon, something like that. But thank you. Thank you for being a supporter. Also, J.S. Dylan Schneider, who's been a member for 4 months, says, I'm a member too. Thank you. Thank you to all my members. Oh, I sent one earlier. So it doesn't designate, when I'm looking at my YouTube chat, it does designate them, but when I use my in OBS chat, it doesn't designate them. So sorry about that. Stream first to test the waters of your connection, but you can make a full video, but whatever you think will get him to say yes, I guess. I probably could arrange that. I know, we'll think about that. I don't know what Jake and I would talk about. Like, what would we do? Just hang out like we're doing now? Pork, no stream, madness. No, dude, it's too much. It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure. Return episode of Constellation should be Colin, Jake Baldino, Jaffe, and Chris, and they should all be political topics. Dude, I would never. No, I'm not saying for like whatever. Like, there was those political episodes of Constellation, and I was like, no, I am out. I do not want to be involved. How's Frisk doing? She's doing just great. Doing just fine. Yeah, I mean, to each their own on the political conversations that were on Constellation. I personally do not want to talk about politics on the internet. I've gotten so much shit for political stuff, and I've never, outside of the things that I've said on Sacred that have been very mild, it's like, dude, I really don't care that much. But you guys have heard me rant about this before, so it's not worth it. Dustin, I found this dude's channel yesterday, and he makes interesting videos about gaming and the business in general. Interesting. I'll see if I can. I won't be able to pull it up on stream. I can't type and not look ARTs. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. I killed a marathon YouTuber. Not in real life, in the game yesterday. I took out Jake the Alright. Gotcha. I clipped it. It's in the Last Stand Discord. Do a political one and bite Randy. That's a sick tee. Thank you. This is a Uniqlo MGS2 shirt. Ever played Hades or Hades 2? I played a lot of Hades 1 and almost none of Hades 2. I think it's very good. I wasn't able to watch the whole marathon stream last time. I understand that the compiler still lives. Did you at least open his location or not get that far? On the stream, no, we did not get that far. Later that night, we played again. It was me, Pork, and Brad. And we did get to the compiler twice, and he killed us both times. But I think it's because Pork wasn't doing a very good job. Pork's trying to talk shit. Maybe that's why I'm talking a little shit back. He says, didn't see your name next to the kill. Pork is a kill stealer. Pork is out there to try to steal the kills constantly. I think your politics is obviously, if you look clearly, being Christian, etc. But I like that you don't put your opinion down other people's throats, appealing and humble. Well, I think the thing is, I don't know, what do I even want to say about this? I've been very upfront about my political thoughts recently in the last few months. And I wouldn't say that me being a Christian gives a good implication of what my political thoughts are. Because I think a lot of people say, like, oh, Christians, they're therefore Republican, diehard Trump supporters. And I'm like, no. So that's it. I don't really want to talk about it that much more because people just, it becomes a thing where I'm like, I'm repeating myself because I was like, I've already said, I think all these people suck. And I become, is it black-pilled? Is that the term? Black-pilled is when you're like, everything sucks. Everyone just wants money. The system sucks. You know? You think that, but I've seen Dustin's secret Discord. Oh, careful. Careful, the r/LSM. They'll come after me again. You should invite Hassan Karaman, Neil Druckmann, and Jake. That would be a lineup. That would certainly be in a lineup. Save yourself before it's too late. Listen, I can say literally anything. Well, if we're talking about the shadow subreddit r/LSM, they'll just make up whatever they want, and that's totally fine. I've read many obvious, I don't know if it's obvious, but lies about it's interesting, guys. We were talking about someone said I was mildly famous earlier. I don't think I'm mildly famous still, but from being on the other side of like someone on the internet that people listen to what you say to some degree, right? It's changed my perspective about how I read things on the internet. Because before, it's like, oh, what's going on with this person? You open up, whether it's Twitter or Reddit, and you're like, oh, all these people are saying this. That's crazy. Or this Reddit thread, a lot of people are saying this, right? And you're like, oh, maybe you don't believe it as true, but you're like, maybe that could be true. And then you're on the other side of it, and you're reading things about that people are saying that you have either done, or your motivations behind things, or why you say something, or even not just for me, but my peers, my colleagues, my friends. And I'm like, holy shit, this is very fucked up. And it's eye-opening. So now, like, when I see anything about anyone on the internet, it's always with skepticism. Always with skepticism, because anyone can say anything about someone else. LSM hate watchers are among us. True. The reality is, I really try to avoid. Sometimes people send me stuff from it, but I've tuned out of Reddit almost completely. I will check in on our main subreddit every once in a while, but I'm not even a moderator there because I was like, guys, I can't. I don't need this. And I can't do it. It's bad for me. So they had a fit because Colin refused codes. I mean, it doesn't matter. But they're not, to be honest, I've spent a lot of time talking. They're not really worth talking about. Is the LSM or sub marathon Reddit worse? It's hard to say. Marathon Reddit, I think, has been pretty good the couple times I've gone on there or I get linked to there. They've probably done a good job moderating so people like Lockmart aren't posting on there all the time. I think Lockmart... Oh, I don't want to spoil the surprise. Lockmart content incoming? Maybe? Look forward to it. Did I see the season 2 info? Pork, you weren't here at the beginning. Fake friend, really. But yes, I did. I'm jokes aside. I did see it. Looks good. Compiler is going down this weekend. And we're going to do it. If I do go to Foodie Friday, which for those, I keep saying Foodie Friday, it's a food truck event in downtown. If I go to Foodie Friday and we plan to do a marathon on Friday night, I will purposely not drink beer or any alcohol to keep the mind sharp. So we got to decide what night is the night. Friday night probably is going to be the night, though. And to be at Foodie Friday and to not get publicly a little drunk is going to not be ideal, but I'm willing to do that for the compiler. Foodie Friday sounds lit. It is and it isn't, because it's in the summer, and this is the first... I mean, it's not quite summer yet, but you know what I mean. It takes place over the warm months. And it's usually very hot. There's usually very long lines. And the food, you're either going to have the most amazing thing you've ever eaten or the most overpriced garbage ever. There is one thing that is consistent, though, about Foodie Friday. Is that you can drink beer in public. And you can drink a lot of it. And hang out. So I am removing that factor from the equation. If I want to be sharp for marathon. Drink all the beer you want. It could unlock special power for you. I have experience, Pork. Depending on if I go early enough to Foodie Friday, I could have some beers and then be fine. I could be cleaned up by the time we play. Imagine some beer and nachos. Dude, I would drink some beers, and then sometimes there's this barbecue place, and I get like ribs, which is fucking horrible food to eat outside and in a parking lot. I don't care. Do I look like I care? I'm the man chowing down on barbecue ribs in the sweltering summer in a parking lot. Jason. Oh, dude, Jason's still here. Think about the boys. That's the problem. I'm conflicted. There's this ultimate goal in marathon that I've been striving for weeks. I can only do it on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. But then there's Foodie Friday. If Pork Poncho wasn't being a little bitch, we could play Thursday night. We might be okay. How about you drink a beer? I need one of the mods to ban this guy. I don't have mods. I have a job. You need to decide where your commitments lie, Pork. If you can't play drunk, can you even play at all? It's opening every day from the 21st. Yeah, but I would like to do it before then. If I beat Compiler, I can give Marathon a rest. I can say you're done for a little bit. Now, this is getting crazy with these questions. What do you think it is that makes a romantic relationship last? Communication and genuine interest in that person. Not just physical interest, but you need to be interested in this person. Interested in the things that they like. So there you go. Bungie devs in the chat don't want to hear that. I'll come back and play for Season 2. But if I beat Compiler this weekend, I have a few weeks. Another part, too, is that Season 2 starts, June 1st, June 2nd? And the baby is coming in the middle of the month. So I'm going to have to take like a week off. Heading to Universal Hollywood on Saturday. Any recommendations? Obviously, you got to go to the Nintendo World, but the Nintendo World is more for kids than anything. But it's good. To me, the best part of Universal Hollywood is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And get yourself a butterbeer. Eating at the Three Broomsticks is great. It's expensive, but it's good. The butterbeer is pretty good, too. Pretty good. Ride Harry Potter and the Magical Journey. It's excellent. It's a great ride. I think it's so fun. Skip the Hippogriff ride. The Hippogriff ride is like 1 minute long. Oh, dude, we got Jason Pork interaction. Pork, think about me, man. Take one for the team to hunker down on Thursday. I'm working on it. How long do you think you'll be away from LSM after the baby comes? So, Colin has said that I can take as long as I need. My estimation is that I will take, as far as my my editing duties, I would estimate that I'm going to take like around a month and a half. I think I will come back to Sacred a little like before that. Just as like a one thing I do a week, stay plugged in, Sacred Symbols. So, yeah, it won't be too long. It'll be less time than last time, for sure. Well, I guess nothing's for sure, but as long as the baby is good and he's not like there's no like health problems or anything like that, then not too crazy long. What's special about butterbeer? It's really not that special. It's just like it's the experience. It's the experience of being in the Harry Potter park, drinking the butterbeer, even if it's not what real butterbeer is. You know, you got to push it as far as possible and make Colin say, all right, dude, that's enough. I couldn't. Because the truth is, me being on paternity leave is very expensive for Colin. I mean, it's expensive for any company. But you have to think about the fact that Colin is paying me while I'm gone. He's paying Lockmort. He's paying Jimmy. So I'm conscious of that. And I don't want to take advantage. I know you're joking. But do you think Bungie will be aggressive and do a sponsored stream from streamers like Burnt Peanut to attract attention for season 2? I have no idea. I'm so disconnected from streamer culture. Can Colin handle the stream by himself? He will learn. In fact, I've already begun the process of my documentation, and I will be teaching Colin probably in the pretty soon, immediate future, to run the stream. And I'll probably do some streams with him where he's driving and I'm there to assist. It's different than normal butterscotch beer. I don't know how to explain it. The actual alcoholic stuff is fantastic. They didn't have anything alcoholic butterbeer when I was there. I wish they did. Put the baby in the background and do shot like Hassan and Kaya. No, I haven't really decided. I think that I'm not going to be the type of person that never shows their kid on camera. I'm just not that worried about it. But I also don't necessarily want him to be used for content in any way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to bring him out on the stream and have him here and stuff. It's like, I want him to decide when or at least have an understanding. To each their own. The government should really pay for maternity and paternity leave. I kind of don't think so. I mean, maybe it should be a requirement for companies to pay for a set amount of time. Like, if you're going to be a real company, you have to pay people for this, but I don't know if the government should pay for it. Did you cover Sorrow's soft sales? No, we'll talk about it on Sacred, though, this week. They do in Orlando. They have a bar. Damn, they didn't have that at the Universal in Hollywood. Universal Hollywood seemed kind of mid, if I'm being honest. Sorry for whoever's going there soon. But I would love to go to the one in Orlando, but it's probably going to be like, I don't know, 3 to 5 years. Because we'll take the kid. Did you buy the controller during the 30-minute launch window where it was in stock? Yes. Countries directly benefit from babies being born, so they should pay. Countries benefit from a lot of things from people, but that they don't pay for. I don't know. Maybe they should. Maybe. I honestly don't care enough. Like, this goes back to political thing. I don't know. I am getting very hungry, though, guys. Oh, we have a super chat, though, coming in right when I was about to chill out, maybe? No, we're back in it. From Boots, who says, Dustman, I'm consuming the Deathly Hallows for full cast recording like a husky kid coming home from Camp Hope. I never read the book growing up and only watched the movies once they were in the bargain bin. I am also listening to Deathly Hallows. I'm probably not as far as you, but it's good. I watched The Half-Blood Prince last night, the movie. I've been watching the movies after I finished the audiobooks. Guys, the movies are mid. I mean, I like them. I love them. They're so nostalgic, and some of it is so good that, like, the set designs and how Hogwarts is and the vibes. But Half-Blood Prince in particular is so offensive in some ways. Like, changing things and adding things that just don't make any sense. And also, the thing that Half-Blood Prince does is similar to Goblet of Fire. That the movies ruin the core mystery of the book. They ruin it. They tell you the mystery that you're supposed to be figuring out in the books throughout the whole fucking movie. It pisses me off. I didn't remember how egregious it was until I re-listened to the book. And people say, what's the point of the HBO show? This is the reason? Yes! Yes. First two movies were good? Yes. The first two movies are very good. And the stuff they cut isn't really a big deal in the first two movies. So, I'm curious about Half-Blood or Deathly Hallows, because I know that since it's two movies, I think it is a little more accurate if I remember correctly, but it's been so long. So, I am enjoying listening to Deathly Hallows, but I'm pretty early. Harry Potter anime intro spoils the whole series. And Harry Potter anime would be kind of sick because people in Japan love Harry Potter. Imagine a Harry Potter anime that takes place at the wizard school in Japan. All new lore, new side of the wizarding world. That would be so sick. I think that my guess is, though, is that J.K. Rowling is very controlling. Probably for the better. But then again, she was in control of these last or had control on these movies and the Fantastic Beasts movies, and they did not go well. Thank you, Boots, again for that super chat. Very much appreciated, bro. Always good to see you. Problem the HBO show has is the last season should really be 4 times longer than the first season. I mean, I wonder, I don't know if they'll what is the first season, 8 episodes? I don't know. They might not all be 8 episodes. And who knows? It could be they dedicate, depending on the success of the show, maybe they'll dedicate 2 seasons to the last book. Or maybe the last season will be 12 or 14 episodes instead of 8. Would you bring Chris to these streams at all? Gaming streams? No, mostly because, and same with Brad or anyone else from LSM, is that we do our stuff together on LSM. I've done a video with Brad, of course, early on in the channel, but we I feel like that's our gathering place. J.K. Rowling fell off hard. Yeah, I don't know much about, I think I've read the synopsis of, the Cursed Child, but what I've read about Cursed Child sounds not good. I know she didn't fully write that either, right? It's hard for me to think of a more boring protagonist than Newt Scamander. Yeah, that's why the second and third movies are not even really about him. They made the Newt Scamander movies about Dumbledore, which is great, because Dumbledore in the second and third movie is excellent. Jude Law Dumbledore, big fan. And I like that they were about Dumbledore, but they were no longer Fantastic Beasts movies at that point. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Holly was like, why are these even called Fantastic Beasts movies anymore? There's no Fantastic Beasts in them, or there's not very many. It's not really about them. I was like, that's a good point. Cursed Child explains how Snape turns black in an alternate dimension. Problem with Cursed Child is writing screenplays compared to novels is a very different skill. Yes, and you can see that in the Fantastic Beasts movies. The J.K. Rowling, just because she's a good author at writing books, she's not good at writing scripts. And you can tell. You can absolutely tell. All right, guys, I actually am going to wrap it up now because I am hungry. Your boy needs to eat. I got to go eat leftovers. Very good leftovers, but leftovers nonetheless. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here. 142 people. Where was our peak? What was our peak at one point? I think our peak was like 164. That's awesome. These are These streams are continuing to grow, and I very, very much appreciate it. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out, for subscribing to the channel, for super chatting, for being members of the channel, all that. All of that has been so nice, and it means a lot. So thank you. I will be back, of course, next Wednesday for another stream. I'll be on Sacred Symbols, so look forward to that on Friday. But yeah, appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.